Alright, so here we are with another episode of Can You Dig It? We've got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff has gone on since the last time. You see we got the masonry trucks here, big pile of sand still, and we're going down into, this is where we're at. I'll show you where we're at and then I'll explain what was going on and what's happening. I don't want to disturb the guys that are down there doing some work for us. So what we got here is we're going down and you can see the block wall that we got. We got 6 courses so far. We're going to go 8 total. I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 courses. We're going to go 8 total. So we're going to have one more regular block course on top of this, and then an L block on top of that. So it'll sit nicely with the old foundation. So that way, once we come in, and you'll see it here and here. So regular block will come up to here. L course will come up to here. So we have a nice even slab up with the old foundation, and even above that onto the block of the other one. That should mend nicely, and we're going to put some rebar in the old foundation to marry everything together. So you see we got this. So what we had to do is when we were digging the foundation, or digging for the slab, you'll see what we did here, and I'll show you a little bit better. You can see all the supports and plywood that we have. What we did was as we were digging, we had the masons that were here. They were digging. They wanted to dig the footing to make sure it was the right depth, the right width, and all that stuff, which is fine. And what happened as we were digging, you can see this giant piece of concrete here and this giant piece of concrete down there, which used to belong up there. Well, if I get a better picture in here. I don't know if it'll adjust for the light or not. Let's see if we got a flashlight. So what happened was, as we were digging everything, let me get the flashlight here. So, as we were digging, or not as we were digging, as they were digging, because I wasn't even here, the foundation slipped away underneath the sand, because they were too close to where we're digging instead of the 2 feet that I originally specified, or 3 feet. They wanted to get closer, so they had more room to work. Dug too much out. This is what happened. So we had a giant piece of slab fall down here, giant piece of slab fall down there, and now what we have is shorings to hold up the house until we can get the rest of the footings replaced and repaired. So we've got block all the way around. So what we decided to do was make sure everything else was secure. So this section where it caved in is okay, and that for now. And then what we needed to do was take and put the block up all the way around the rest, so we didn't have like a cascading failure of issues. So we put shoring up all of this plywood. So we put plywood with vertical bracing at the top, horizontal bracing in the form of rebar, and dug in 2x4s. I don't know if you can see that down at the bottom. 2x4s on edge here in the middles to basically keep the plywood from bowing in. And then what we did was we did this all the way around the entire basement to make sure that there were no more cave-ins, no more issues. Then what happened was we dug the footings 16 inches wide, 10 inches deep, 2 number 4 rebars in it, and we poured the footing. Next day, came in, started putting the block. So we did the 6 courses of block. If you notice, we've got vertical 4-inch rebar, or number 4 rebar, going all the way. It'll be through the entirety of the block wall every 3 feet. And then when we have that, we'll have a nice ledge, a shelf, so to speak, so bench, which is a bench footing, which is what this is. And then that's it. So right today, the plan is to remove all the plywood and backfill behind all of the block wall that we put in. And you can see we're well underway today. And then get the last course in the L block started, so we can get everything finalized on this, the parts that weren't compromised, so then we can tackle the larger project, which is going to be rebuilding this whole foundation wall over here. Which what we're going to do is we're going to dig the rest out from the outside and put a whole new, we're going to jack the house up a little bit. Going to build a new foundation all the way from the bottom, so from this length, from this bottom down here all the way up to the sill plate, and we're going to jack it up just a hair so we can build it up and then just rest it back down when everything's dry. So that's where we're at today. So lumber removal, backfilling, and hopefully another 2 courses of block. We'll see how much we can get done today, and how everybody works together. And we're moving along. I think we've only been working like an hour and a half this morning, and we got probably a good, I'd say maybe third to half, somewhere in there. No, maybe not half, maybe about a third of work done. So I think we'll be able to backfill everything today pretty well. The only thing I want to make sure that we do is that all of this sand, because we dug it out and put it in as backfill here to make sure everything was stable, is that I want to make sure it's compacted well. So I think what we're going to do with that is we're going to run some water over it, help that, you know, settle down a lot more, compact it so everything's nice and stable and solid behind the block wall as we go. Just, you know, in course of normal things, it's another day. So we're going to be using all the dirt we can and moving on. All right, till next time.